Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge, and I'm bringing you guys another game from the Star Series. We're going to be watching mTw versus Dare, a very hyped match for the day. Everybody wanted to watch this one over the Gosu versus CLG, which makes it a little sad because I haven't seen Gosu play in a very long time, but that's okay. I like Dare a lot as well, and mTw played great yesterday, so I think that's absolutely fine. So we are into the game. Looks okay. I have one stand-in for Dare here. It's going to be Dubas, Heart M, whatever that means, and he is going to be the R for the game. Don't know who is missing. G-Dread, Artstyle, NS. I believe NS is missing. That is the 5th player for Dare. So, mTw played great yesterday. They had really great team fights. I'm going to be working on getting that video back up. I messed up some of the audio a little bit. But first round bans, there's a Invoker Chen, Anti-Mage, as well as a Leshrac, Nature's Prophet, and a Broodmother. So a lot of interesting bans. Broodmother doesn't usually make it in the first round, and so does Leshrac. But Artstyle has his own opinions about hero strengths and things like that. So he does actually pick a little differently than the average Dota captain, so it's pretty interesting. It sounds like CLG versus Gosu was postponed. Okay, so cool stuff. First pick is going to be a Windrunner, and then mTw responds immediately with the Darkseer. So Darkseer is the quote-unquote really good hero that ends up squeaking through here. Vengeful Spirit's drafted as well. That'll allow them some nice swapping, stunning action, good against heroes like Windrunner, and we're going to see Beastmaster pick up by Dare, and possibly something like a Tide, Enigma, Venomancer. I'm going to guess one of those 3 heroes. They do need a support at this point. Beastmaster has been seeing a lot of play lately, even seeing first round bans, which isn't always the most common thing ever, but I think it's absolutely appropriate, and it's going to be Crystal Maiden support. Looks like, I'm thinking about Arzarts. Yeah, Crystal Maiden I associate with Arzarts now, who is the player who used to be on Moscow 5 a while ago, who is now on Navi, because he plays that Max Nova, Max Frostbite, Crystal Maiden that we've been seeing popping up the last couple weeks, but that's basically because Arcane Boots are in the game and teams decide that they don't really need the mana aura as much as they did in the past. It's a lot easier to get mana other ways, so Crystal Maiden just opts to say, well, I'm going to have 2 really strong damage dealing abilities and disables in the mid game, and that actually works out very nice for ganking, because even Crystal Nova, 250 AoE magic damage, giant AoE, nice little slow, you can land it on the whole team, and that does provide some bonuses. Just slowing them down like that. Frostbite as well, very good against a lot of different heroes. Darkseer is an example. Darkseer has max movement speed, but Frostbite's going to be great at ganking him or anyone else that Darkseer casts Surge on, because Surge is actually a very great ability for getting away. But excited to see how mTw combos the Darkseer. It's been a while where I haven't seen Darkseer played. Basically the phase happened where he got played a lot, and everybody's like, okay, yeah, he's imbalanced. And then they started banning him a lot, and then people are still banning him, but he is going to squeak through this time after the Aghanim's nerf despite. So, but I think that's fine. He doesn't allow you to turtle nearly as hard, but he's still a very strong hero. Priest of the Moon is going to get banned now for the mTw team. That's going to be the 4th ban, and we're going to see a Night Stalker as well get banned on the Dire team. Artstyle, a very good Night Stalker player, so he knows the power of that hero. And I think that would actually work out pretty nice. Night Stalker with an Ion Shell early game is really dangerous. Night Stalker's main damage contribution, of course, coming out of Void, and that's going to scale very well in the early game, but towards the mid to late game, he has to get his damage other ways, so an Ion Shell would actually allow him to do very well. So. We have one more pick coming for mTw now. They have about 1:30. It's going to be an Enchantress ban. That's what I meant. Enchantress, or Chen out of the pool, obviously. And there's going to be an Enchantress. So Dare's going to draft a Rikimaru right off the bat. I know G likes playing Rikimaru. Well, at least he was playing Rikimaru yesterday when they were supposed to play a game, and that was kind of frustrating. But Rikimaru's Smoke Cloud, really good, especially against heroes like Shadow Shaman and Darkseer. Very good against those 2 heroes. Shadow Shaman, I mean, Darkseer, the main reason he is, of course, survivable is because of that Surge as well as Vacuum, and if you can just prevent him from surging, then he is just like any other hero underneath the cloud, and is very likely to take lots of damage, so.
5 seconds
remaining. We have about 1:30 left for the Radiant team now. We'll see what they go for picking. I think they could use another support here. They already have a jungler in Darkseer or a hard lane solo. Could use another Shadow Shaman babysitter, maybe something like a Venomancer would be good, but they have to be a little careful about squishy heroes, or more importantly, heroes with very low armor. Shadow Shaman's already one of them, but Ricky basically does tons of physical damage, and that's based on armor, of course. So his backstab damage is also extra physical damage, so you can just counter Ricky pretty heavily with things like, but you really just have to get out of the cloud. That's the important part. So if you have a Force Staff, if you have Ghost Scepters, just being able to fly out of clouds, that's the way to do it. So There are some chat comments saying Slardar, Slardar, and Slardar is a possibility. Slardar is a possible Ricky counter. You can also do heroes like Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter is a hero that I actually haven't seen yet. Very surprisingly, now that I think about it, Bounty Hunter got like ridiculous buffs the last couple weeks. Like seriously, ridiculous buffs. His gold, the gold that he gives your team is very, very serious, and he can solo the top lane pretty effectively. The Radiant top, that is, which is somewhere Darkseer could be as well, but they could just throw Darkseer in the jungle. That's always a possibility. Darkseer is actually a pretty strong jungling hero. You have to be a little careful about enemy supports who will actually roam there, because I'm sure pro players are much more likely to do that than other teams, but it's going to be Sand King pickup, which will give them some nice ganking stuns, as well as that Epicenter AoE damage, great against low HP heroes like Ricky, Crystal Maiden, as well as the Windrunner, but I think it's a good pickup for mTw. I'm kind of curious who their last hero would be. It might just be a support Sand King, but I would like to see something like a Bounty Hunter. I think a Bounty Hunter would be really cool. It can be played as sort of just like a ganking role sort of playstyle, but we'll see. People saying OD last pick. It's not going to be an OD. There's no... Synderen would be freaking crazy to play an OD against a Rikimaru, because OD is heavily countered by... First of all, he's pretty easily gankable. He's pretty much a glass cannon, and if he doesn't have... If he's silenced, he's screwed. He can't banish, he can't ulti, he can't cast his orb, he's worthless under the cloud. If they really want to counter a Riki with a hard carry, they would probably do something that has more physical damage. I think Bounty Hunter is going to be the way to go. If they want to counter a Riki, I think Bounty Hunter is going to... Bounty Hunter or Slar. They could do heavy pushing with team fights with a Slar maybe, but I really do think that their best option is going for maybe a Bounty Hunter or something like that, but we'll see. The nice thing about Bounty Hunter, like I was saying before with his major buffs, if you track somebody, people that get kills on that hero get tons of bonus gold, and what it can really do is just give your team so much gold. It doesn't even matter how strong he is, it's just you get such a gold influx from the hero being strong that you get a big advantage. And looks like Dare's going to pick up a Storm Spirit, probably going to play him as a initiator, so we'll see if he maybe gets something like Arcane Boots, opting for that instead of like Power Treads. That's a possibility. Rikimaru will be their hard carry, of course, but they have a lot of chase so far. Rikimaru can get a position, Storm Spirit can just fly on in, and Crystal Maiden... I'm sorry, Beastmaster may get a Blink Dagger or something, who knows. But when we're picking out coming for mTw, at this point Bounty Hunter might be a little harder to play, just because of Storm Spirit being virtually uncatchable in terms of Bounty Hunter, because, you know, once you ball lightning out of track range, then it's nearly impossible for him to chase. And actually, Syndren's going to draft a Razor. That's awesome. Haven't seen a Razor in a while, so weird heroes this game, Rikimaru, Storm Spirit, and Razor. Those are probably the only heroes that I would say are a little uncommon. I would go for a Darkseer as well. I would say Darkseer is uncommon enough. Not saying that he's not picked or banned a lot, or not banned a lot at least, but doesn't see every single game. So excited to see him in the game. We're going to see the game get resumed here, and then another pause by mTw. Not sure what was going on. Maybe a slight... as somebody is AFK. So for the raiding team, mTw, Synderen is going to be playing the Darkseer. We have Nadahax playing Vengeful Spirit again. Same player from last time mTw played. Peppy is on the Sand King. Tulex is playing Shadow Shaman once again, and we have Venser going to be playing the Razor instead of the Obsidian Destroyer. For the Dire team, we have Santa on the Beastmaster. Dubas is going to be playing the Crystal Maiden. God, or G, is playing the Storm Spirit. Dread is on the Windrunner, and finally Artstyle is going to be playing Ricky. Interesting. Artstyle doesn't usually play a hard carry role, so kind of an interesting strat for him. He played Slardar yesterday, I believe, or the last time I casted them. Played a pretty strong Slardar, and he sometimes plays support as well. But this game he's going for the Artstyle, surprisingly. I think that's partially because Beastmaster squeaked through. Santa sometimes plays the Windrunner. I don't know. Just kind of interesting heroes, and I think that's why they are on slightly different heroes than they're used to. So, we'll see how this goes. Oh, he played DK yesterday? Sorry. DK as well as... I thought he played a Slar. Maybe I'm thinking of... Perhaps I'm confused. He did play DK. I do remember that game now, so... Excuse my mistakes. Alright, so let's see what ends up happening. Let's check the gold graph. It's awfully even. Items so far. Well, Beastmaster obviously has a large advantage. Crystal Maiden with a fast animal carrier. 1 Tango, 1 Beastmaster. Game still paused up. Might be a really good game. Dare kind of been showing lately that they're still a little under practice. They've been having some issues as a team. Haven't been winning a whole lot of games. But I don't think it's the end of the world by any means. I mean, they haven't been like showing they're one of the top teams, but I know they have tons of potential. They have so many really, really good players. They really do. Vengeful Spirit's thighs going like crazy. Look at this stuff. What is happening with her legs, man? I don't know, but it creeps me out a little bit. And the game's going to be resumed. Let us see some items. Looks like Syndering going heavy Ironwood branches. He may be soloing the top lane. Going for a fast ring of protection. It's going to be Basilius. It's going to allow him to push. Shadow Shaman going towards the top lane now. Great support items on Vengeful Spirit. They're going to be 5-man roaming. And Sand King looking like he's playing support as well. But Razor's going to be the weird hero this game, I think. He's a very, very fast hero. Unstable Current's going to be very nice against the Storm Spirit, because every time he wants to cast the Electric Vortex, he's going to be slowed himself. Extra slowed, actually, and taking decent nuke damage as well. But it's going to come down a lot to Static Link. And a lot of the heroes on the Dire team are pretty escapable. Like Storm Spirit, for example, if Static Link gets cast on Storm Spirit's probably just going to break that immediately. Ricky Maru, I guess, is chaseable, and if they can lower Ricky's damage down a lot, that'll be pretty nice. But we'll see what ends up happening. Art Style is on the top lane. Very interesting starting item build. Going for a single Tango. I don't know where he's going to get his regen. Maybe he will get a Ring of Health, but what is he going to build with that Ring of Health? That's kind of the problem with a Ricky Mario on average, is that you don't really have a good use of a Ring of Health, unless he makes a Vanguard, in which case he might just have to make a Vanguard. It's not a bad item on Ricky. He does good damage already with Backstab, so in some senses you don't need a nice damage item just to increase your damage a lot. You can just use Blink Strike and Backstab to score that. Ooh, they're going to find a Vengeful Spirit though. Going to have a follow-up stun on Crystal Maiden. That's going to be an easy kill here. Who's going to get the last hit? It's going to be Sand King grabbing that one. A little bit of a mistake there by Crystal Maiden, expecting, and to make matters worse, she was sitting on the low ground. If she would have been on the high ground, at least she would have seen them when they were here, but is able to get caught, so one easy kill going to be picked up for mTw, so that's always very nice. There's the first Clarity Potion, the only Clarity Potion of Vengeful Spirit can be used. But Observer Wards are down. This is going to prevent any pulling coming from the top lane. This means Dread, who's playing a support Windrunner, is not going to be able to get solo farm, and Crystal Maiden's coming back top as well for the support. One Sentry Ward was dropped down, but they did not actually able to catch an Observer there. Ooh, are we going to see... Interesting Observer Ward. Gives good vision of the jungle, and prevents this creep cam from spawn. You can actually pull this one pretty easily, which I've seen some teams do, but not very many. So a little interesting that choice was made there. Art's still trying to get some last hits, but it's going to be Tri-Lane versus Tri-Lane, and I really like Razor Tri-Lanes. They're actually very, very strong, because Plasma Field obviously doing AoE damage, so if you can hit 3 enemy heroes with that, you're talking tons of damage, and with follow-up from Vengeful Spirit as well as Crystal or Sand King, could see some fun things happening. But how many Tri-Lanes have we seen in the last 2 days? Not very typical, once again. Tri-Lanes just don't happen that often anymore. It's usually just like strong lanes and then matching up your long lanes. It's kind of like this, you know? You say, okay, it's going to be a Darkseer versus Beastmaster, no problem at all. This will be fun, and then we'll have some roaming heroes go gank some other lanes. But this game we're going to see a Tri-Lane, so... It's going to be 2 Lux playing the Shadow Shaman up against a Storm Spirit in the mid lane. That's going to be G. Looks like he went for a really fast bottle here. 3 Ironwood branches as well as a salve, but his bottle is on the way already, so this will allow him to possibly bottle up that 2-minute rune. And there's the bottle pickup. See who gets control of that 2-minute rune. Might not see that much roaming from the Tri-Lanes because they're going to want to stay as close as possible to help each other out, but Ricky continuing to get last hits. He's got a Poor Man's Shield picked up. Smoke Cloud as well with his Blink Strike. So we'll be able to do Blink Smokes if he needs to. If they can stop the stuns coming out of either Vengeful Spirit or Sand King, that could put the push in their favor. And Darkseer on the bot lane going to have an advantage over this Beastmaster for sure, because he can just cast the Ion Shell and give himself some pretty decent damage on Santa if he so wishes. He's going to get a little bit far away though, and this will allow him to push the lane out a little bit, which isn't always going to be the best thing, but that is okay. Whoa. Okay, so apparently this Observer Ward does not stop the camp. I am a little surprised about that. SK is going to find Dread though. This is not good for Windrunner. She's going to have to go the opposite way. Eats the Tango. Are we going to see the stun though? He's thinking about it. Trying to do as much damage as possible. Oh, he's got boots up on Dread. This is really bad for Dread. He might be able to follow her all the way to her death, and it is going to happen, I think. 7-second cooldown. There's the slow from Crystal Maiden. He may try to block this, but there's the salve pop. There's the salve destruction, and a couple more hits from Peppy, and he is able to get the kill. Great play by Sand King there. Noticing he had a boots advantage. And Artstyle now pursuing this, looking for a Blink Strike. 2 levels of Blink with 1 smoke. Not able to score that one, so 2 kill advantage for mTw at the moment. 2 Tulek still in the mid lane. Looks like G did find the illusion rune. Is able to get those last hits. I love that play there. Pop in the static remnant to grab last hits, and then using that unstable overload. That's what it's called. Overload to do a little bit of damage to the enemy team. Syndrome trading hits with Beastmaster once again. He's going to try to get the skill here. He's going to use the Surge, trying to dodge the axes, I think, but he should have just fought him. Could have fought him. No, he's got 7 charges on his magic stick. He's ready to go for it. If he does get axed, this could be his death, and he's thinking about doing it. He's not going to go for it, though. There's the self pop by Darkseer. Good juking. Possible gank coming mid now. Peppy going to scout out the illusions. And they are just going to wait for G to come back. Oh, misplay by Peppy there. It is daytime and absolutely showed himself. That was a really weird play. I'm not quite sure why he did that, but a little too aggressive on the Sand and as a result, G's going to be able to get out of this fine. Vengeful Spirit wasting his time mid as well, though. So, like, why did he run there? Those were all illusions he should have realized. And G came back and spotted him out, and then no gank. So, pretty weird. But they will have rune control at least for the top rune. And it will be bottom, so we'll see if G's able to snag it. It's going to be an illusion, or an invisibility, sorry. And he's going to be sprinting there now. There are 2 boots. Are we going to see a disable from Shadow Shaman? It's not going to happen, so G will grab the rune. That's pretty big. Santa now on the bot lane. Level 5 Beastmaster's HP is a little bit Syndrome, looking to be aggressive again. He picks up a Ring of Regen. Is he going to make Tranquil Boots? I think Tranquil Boots is actually pretty decent on Darkseer. It's Tranquil or Arcane, but he may be just making his hood. G is going to be in position, though. Here comes the disable. And he's probably going to start off with a static remnant. Does Syndrome realize that there was invisibility? He does know that G is missing in action, and he just checked the rune. So he ran up to check the rune is gone, so he knows that G is probably somewhere, and he's going to TP to a different lane. He actually TPs back to the mid lane, not able to use his invisibility. A little unfortunate for him. Goldgraph 750 for the Radiant team. They are at a farming advantage. 23 on Syndrome, 18 on Razor, 19 Shadow Shaman, and those 2 kills on Sand King making the biggest difference. For the Dire team, 20 on Ricky, 21 on Storm Spirit, 16 on Beastmaster. That is what's going down. Tulek's continuing to get some last hits, a little bit of harass on G as well. But I believe they both have bottles up. Yeah, they both have very, very similar items here. Extra salve picked up for Shadow Shaman. Vengeful Spirit going to spot the Crystal Maiden. Oh, they're not going to go in. Ricky Maru going to do a couple attacks in. There's the first stun. Oh, big shackle and smoke. 3 heroes caught in the smoke. Able to pick out the Vengeful Spirit before he gets the disable off. There's the unstable current. Or the static link, sorry, doing tons of bonus damage to Razor. As is he going to be able to pick off some heroes here? He's got plus 70, but it's not going to be enough. The stun for the Centaur cleans up 2 heroes. So unlucky. Oh my gosh, stun through from Peppy. He's going to be picked off easily, but the Shadow Shaman showing up. There's a Hex now. Art Style likely to go down. 1 hit, needs 1. Oh man, not able to get the kill. He thought he had the kill, but the wand press from Art Style keeps him alive. That's Centaur, man. Stunning the Razor for 2 seconds, and the Sand King stunned now in Dread, and a great ward trap by Tulek. He's going to have to kill these out. G comes through now, trying to pick up the Ross, and he may be able to get the kill. There's the wand. He's going to have a salve, but not popping the salve in time, and G is able to get that kill. MVP Centaur, man. Holy crap. Stunning the Razor when he had plus 70 damage from sapping damage from the Crystal Maiden. Might have been able to kill Art Style, but Art Style able to survive, popping that wand at the perfect time. Rostowult's not able to get that kill, so 4-4. So I believe that's a 4-for-2 advantage for Dare. Not bad at all. Wand up on the Sand King, and it looks like Beastmaster able to kill on the Darkseer with Roar getting casted. So it was a little gank from Dread, just a single power shot thrown in. Not a whole lot of farm on Dread, but understandable when you're playing a support Windrunner role. And now pushing the mid lane, Tulex does not have his wards. He did use those top to kill the Windrunner. Art Style in position. There's the Blink Strike. Wow, that's a lot of damage on Not a Hack. Holy crap, dude. Imba Ricky, minus damage coming from the unstable current, but it's not going to matter. Razor's easily going to go down here, I think. It's going to pop his self. Does not get any heal out of it, and there's the final attack from the Storm Spirit. Great kills. Blink Strike, man. Plus 90 damage. That's some good burst. And it does... Actually, yeah, did it... no, I'm thinking of a different Blink Strike, but cooldown is down. He's not going to be able to last hit for a while. Minus 168. Go ahead, just try the last hit. It does nothing. He's able to get it now. There we go. So, pretty funny. Tulek's in some trouble. There's another disable from Storm Spirit. A couple hits coming through. Not going to have a shackle shot. There's that. Oh, the shackle does land. And the power shot as well. Great plays by Dare so far. Ganking is going quite well, man. But this Ricky play, awesome stuff. Max Blink Strike. Great damage bonus. Even if you're not getting the backstab damage as well, it does give you a big increase in possibility. Backstab also has been buffed recently, and now does the previous level 2 backstab contribution. So, as you saw, even on a hero like Vengeful Spirit, if you can start off with like a 150 physical damage nuke or something like that on the Ricky and get a stun follow-up on top of that, then that's a dead hero. And putting the smoke down also creates a lot of openings. But Art Style is now level 6. There is a smoke up, or I'm sorry, a dust up on Sand King, so they will be able to scout him out. They're going to find Crystal Maiden, but looks like Art Style goes aggressive. There's the first stun, the second stun. They actually messed up their stuns, just stacking them up there. There is a bunch of minus damage, so, but Beastmaster coming through looking for Aurora. He's going to cast it on Cinderin, actually. Cinderin here as well, but Santa in a lot of trouble. Are they going to get the follow-up? There's the Static Current that will cause a couple kills. Art Style going to get Hex now. And do they have vision? No, he's going to survive. What did he die to? Darkseer Iron Shell getting that kill. He was actually invisible there. G wants a kill, though. Going to be able to get Peppy. Great play, and then Ball Laning's out. Such a good player, man. He was like, you know what? I'm going to get that kill. Ball Laning's in. Ball Laning's again. Gets the hell out. Arcane Boots picked on him, just like I predicted there. Able to do more ganking and initiating that way. He's not going to have as much attack speed, and he won't be semi-carrying. Well, he will in a way, but going to be focusing a lot more on just initiating and being there for team fights, which he was able to pick off the Sand King at least, but the wards get popped on the top lane. No other towers, there's no towers down, but this one surely will fall as a result. Razor now 3 levels of Static Link. It's going to give him so much damage protection against a hero like Rikimaru. Can drop that damage by so much and give himself a big increase. He's actually going for Phase Boots, a little curious. We'll give him some very good movement speed, which will be important in things like smoke. But if he does get roared or frostbited by the Crystal Maiden, it could be rough. I like the fact that Ricky still hasn't purchased any regen at all. Just sits on a magic stick. That's all the regen he needs. Against a tri-lane, this is in some ways true. And with the power treads up, his attack speed is so high that backstab is going to do most of the damage for him. So, but I expected him to have to go for something like a fast ring of health. I'm kind of surprised that he was able to do fine so far without buying very much regen. I don't know if he's been transferred from the other heroes or what, but it's going to be a haste rune picked up by Rikimaru. May scout out the enemy players that are going to be looking for that rune. And there's a Dust as well as Sentry Wards on Sand King. Peppy being very proactive in shutting down Art Style. And here comes the gank. There's the smoke. Are we going to get the roar? A little bit too far. And he is invisible. We are going to see the Static Remnants be casted, but they only do about 90, 140 damage. Oh, the roar immediately. The Sentry Ward gets popped, and there he does go down. So Sand King spotting that out. He's like, oh god, a Sentry Ward. And Art Style looking for the next kill. He's going to get a couple of hits off. He needs to maybe block, but no. There's the ball lightning from Dare. G, and G picks that up easily. Another kill picked up from Dare. Very high aggression right now. They're not even farming Rikimaru. They're like, you know what? Let's go gank people. That's awesome. It's going to prevent any farming locations for the raiding team. Razor being very careful. His phase boots are ready to go. He is level 6 at least, so he will have Eye of the Storm, but G coming back towards the mid lane. He's got a regen rune. Oh, it does get disabled. Nice play by Benzer. Disabling the regen rune and boosting forward. Great surge on Shadow Shaman. Trying to get the Hex off. It's one nice thing about Dark Series. You can make cool things happen like that. Soul Ring Basilius going for fast Vanguard and Darkseer. I love this item choice this game. Against a Rikimaru, a Vanguard is almost a must. Just to be able to block a large chunk of his damage. If he's only hitting for 74 and you can block 40 of that damage, Cinderin is going to be much more survivable. But there's the second tower picked up now for mTw. Bot lane may go down to Dare. 2 levels of Aura, 1 Hawk, and max axes. I like the item choices as well as the urn. Cool stuff. Art Style now going to back up. Gets the last hit on the tower, 1300 gold. We'll see what he goes for. But wards on the mid lane now. mTw trying to take a tier 2 tower, which they probably will be pretty successful with. All trying to take turns on the hits, but now the wards may get picked off with a little bit of Dare or TP support. No wards have been farmed quite yet. None of these wards have gotten gold. None of them. Just a little bit of EXP, but wow. They didn't get a single one of those wards. I can't believe it. Big luck out there by mTw. They're all going to back up now. Not Hex getting blocked by his partner. Still 1 dust up. And Not a Hex going to be farming up some neutral creeps while they sit back for a little bit. Just trying to pick up his boots as fast as possible. Looks like Peppy's actually going to steal those, so can't be happy about that one. Alright, good. He will give him the gold. Cool. Boots will now be purchased for Vengeful Spirit. Very important for him to have boots up at this point, 12 minutes in. And Darkseer very close to his Vanguard, so he will be going on the rest of the Ancient Creeps. Shadow Shaman finding a haste rune, so will not need the surge from Darkseer any longer. Art Style picking up a Blade of Alacrity, so that will be giving. They'll be starting off either a Yasha or more likely a Diffusive Blade. Diffusive Blade, very, very good. Especially, you can actually use it to dispel surge, I believe. So anybody that's surged, you can cast it on them. And G gonna pick up a Overload just by ball lightning on the ground briefly. He's got 2k gold. He's actually going in, going for 2 licks. There's the first disable. Here's the follow up, and there's the Blink Strike and the Roar. Wow, even with haste up. Able to do enough burst damage there. The Roar would have guaranteed the kill as well because he would have stopped moving. But great play there by Dare. Now turning this into a top push. Rikimaru will be taking out the tower. If he can get the last hit, of course. He's going to want to. And he does not get it. Storm Spirit picks it up that time. 2,600 gold now in Storm Spirit. Is he just going to get a Mystic Staff? He may just be like, dude, I'm buying a Mystic Staff, just going for it. Sheep Stick, Lincoln Sphere, all pretty good Storm Spirit items. I think all of those would work out pretty nicely, but more likely than not, it's going to be Perseverance, actually. Maybe he's going Bloodstone. He could be going Bloodstone, and I think that would be really good, actually. If Storm Spirit's playing really smart, what he'll do is take the Arcane... I've said this a couple games in a row, I know, but disassemble the Energy Booster out of the Arcane Boots, and then buy the 2 components to make a Bloodstone, and then he can make towers or stuff other way. Ooh, he's going to look for a hero, but not going to find it. It's going to be the Razor. Good play by G there. He was looking to get that solo kill, but not able to get it. Kills the trees with the ball lightning, and the TP out from Razor to go to a different lane. Where did he end up going? Looks like he TP'd back to base, picking up... He still only has Phase Boots 1, so very, very low HP Razor. He is quite fast, but that's about all he's got going for him right now. Oh, it's going to be a Vitality Booster. Okay, good. Good. He does have some HP at least. Courier bringing that to him. That boosts up his survivability by quite a bit. Now mTw pushing up the mid lane. Power Treads on Sand King for more survivability. Some sentries on the high ground. Creep Wave will be cleared now. Benser pushing up. Art Style in the jungle. He's got his second Blade of Alacrity back at the base. Just going to be sitting on a single magic stick. I kind of like this choice. Very cost efficient way to get to a Diffusal Blade as fast as possible. And that will fly on out. Once again, he does bonus damage based on how much agility he has. And Storm Spirit's going to snag the invisibility rune, so 1,200 gold on him now. I would like to see him get a Bloodstone. Give him so much mana regen. If he's getting the Perseverance, he may still be getting a Lincoln Sphere. It's definitely possible, but there's going to be the Dust Pop. They were hoping to find him on the high ground, but are not able to. They thought Storm Spirit would just be hanging out, but now he's going to be walking through being like, oh look, it's the enemy team. Do they have any detection? And I don't think they do. Vanguard is up on somebody. That was Synderen. Synderen's Vanguard is finished. He's going to go to the mid lane and stop that push. And then a Cloak picked up on Razor, possibly going for a really fast Hood. Hood Vitality Booster would give him very good survivability. His armor is still pretty low, so Ricky Mara will do quite a bit of damage, but on the bright side, he does have the Basilius, so 3 armor there. G back in the jungle now. 1,300 gold picked up on him. Very interested to see what he goes for. Dare actually going for a fast Roshan here. Somebody has a medallion. It's going to be a Windrunner. Windrunner picking up the medallion, 800 HP. Very weird Windrunner item, but somebody's got to buy it, I guess. Some mouse issues going down. Double Blade. 2 sentries, 2 Observer Wards. It looks like we do have a sentry on Sand King. Smoke has been used. They're going to be looking for those kills. Do they have a Dust? Nothing. They have 1 sentry. That's going to be tough if they run into a Ricky Maru or something. But they may be going on G. Is G going to get caught, though? Oop, they almost had vision of him there. And he's going to ball landing onto the low ground. And going to be helping out the Roshan. And they are able to pick up Storm Spirit. It's going to grab it, surprisingly. 1,600 gold. He's going to sell his TP Scroll Point Booster. Point Booster. It is going to be an Aghanim, or it's going to be a Bloodstone for sure. So he virtually needs 600 gold. He can disassemble the Arcane Boots, and that will give him a Bloodstone. He's going to find some enemy heroes, possibly. They do have Ward Vision, so he knows what's up there. G, a very, very talented but aggressive player, as we saw yesterday with his Priest of the Moon game. Kind of got him hurt in a lot more ways than not. And he is going to scout out the enemy team. There's the Hex. There's the Zap as well. Here comes the Shackle. We're going to have a Wave of Terror. Possible stun. Stun a little bit early there. They're going to do decent damage, but he will survive that. He was not really in much threat of dying at that point. With just those 2 heroes, did not want to drop the wards. They might have been able to get the kill with the wards, but it would have been kind of scary, I think. So I think that was smart for Tulix not to go for it. Enemy team could have just pushed or something like that. Darkseer's still farming in the jungle. Oop, he's going in. Where did he go? Holy crap. Where is he going? Does he have a regen or something? Oh, there is a regen top. That's why he's going so fast. He wants that regen. Is he going to get it? He will grab it. Regen is popped. Unlimited mana. Well, relatively unlimited mana. He's going to have up to 2,000 mana, I believe. That gets healed. Going to be looking for a kill. Is he going to jump on the Razor? He's waiting till full mana, and here he comes. And he will regen. Oh, the regen did stop his mana. Ended up going full, so tons of damage being dealt. Razor just going to TP out. G knows he's not going to be able to get it, so good play there. And here's the team fight in the mid lane. Oh, there's wards going down. Artsdale might get a kill, but he's going to maybe die himself. He will actually go down. Razor coming through now. TP into the team fight support. I hear G coming through. There's the wave, as well as the wall, and that's going to be able to get the Crystal Maiden. Synderen continuing to pursue here, and looking for more kills. Iron Shell doing tons of damage. Dread going to get out of here. Looks like G is down the low ground, low HP. He's going to bottle this up a little bit. He's got all of his damage removed from that Razor. Razor doing a nice job with that. And there is the vacuum as well, still chasing after G. His mana's pretty low here with a wave of terror, and he's going to be absolutely fine. He's going to run on back. So kind of a weird team fight, so let's try to get a... Ricky gets Sand King, Shadow Shaman got Ricky. Storm Spirit did pick off Shadow Shaman, Darkseer got Crystal Maiden, so I think that was a 2 for 2. Even, and then even, yeah, 2 for 2 there. Pretty good so far. mTw on the top lane now. The Razor at least, 700 gold. Is he going to make the Hood? Probably is going to make a Hood. It's hard to say. There's not that much magic nukes coming from the Dire team, so I'm not quite sure if it's going to be the best action to take. And Ricky Mara with his Robe of the Magi now getting closer to that Diffusal Blade. That's so important, Diffusal Blade. He's still very squishy, though, and that's what we saw in the last team fight. He got picked off so easily there. He's going to Blink Strike for that one last hit. A little bit of leg issues, but he will be able to pick this up fine. And he needs 100 gold, and he will have that picked up. There's the Observer Word on the high ground. There will be a Haste Rune. Where are you at, G? He's got 900 gold. Please tell me you're going to make a Bloodstone. He's going to make a Bloodstone. He's got to make a Bloodstone. That's the only reason the point booster. He cannot make an Aghanim Scepter. There's no Aghanim Scepter. Could be a Scotty, who knows? Probably not, but that would be sweet. Power Zip Zap. He's going to be looking for a kill once again using that smoke. G just literally playing a ganking role this game. Perhaps waiting for somebody to come top. And he is going to clear out the creep wave here. Going to force a little bit of pressure up on the top lane. It's going to force somebody to come over there and defend that. And they're going to have to bring some support. 2 rings of regen purchase for Razor now. It is going to be a Hood. And are we going to see the disassembly? Disassemble, do it. Do it, I know you want to. Yes! He's doing it. Disassemble Bloodstone, picking it up. Alright, Bloodstone is accomplished. He's got 13 mana regen. His mana pool is slightly lowered as a result. Maybe. It's hard to say. Slightly lowered. He doesn't have the Arcane Boots anymore, but it doesn't really matter because the Arcane Boot regen over time is not that significant. Now that he has a Bloodstone picked up with his regular boots, he's got a higher mana pool. His HP is a lot higher than it used to be. Here's Cinderin being aggressive. And he may just jump on the Razor on the top lane. Let's see. Artcell on the bot, he does have his Diffusal Blade. Agility treads, Poor Man's Shield with that magic stick. He's got 36 plus agility. He's actually picking up 2 levels of smoke, a little interesting. I don't necessarily agree with that. The radius increases very slightly, the miss chance goes up very slightly, but I feel like Backstab is by far the second best ability to level up. Hard to say though, the radius increase is that's a big deal. That can mean the difference between somebody casting a spell or not. Casting a stun, casting a disable, you know. Observer Ward goes down, Cinderin's going to pop on the Ion Shell, healing up a little bit from this. He's got his Arcane Boots finished. Going for a Pipe next, or just a mech possibly. If he's getting a mech, I absolutely agree with the Arcane Soul Ring then. It'll allow him a little bit more mana. And the rest of the Radiant team doesn't not a lot of mech carriers there, so. Stacking up the Ion Shells, they are going to be coming for a gank. There's the Surge. Are they going to find Dread? There's the stun, going to land on 2 people. Dread as well, Santa in the channel as well. He's going to get it off the Epicenter. Easy double kill, picking up the Windrunner as well as the Beastmaster. And mTw going to immediately transition this into a push. G's going to find another regen rune. 430 gold for him. And Crystal Maiden might be trying to defend this or something, but mTw very likely to take the tower. The Wall of Replica Illusions will go down. But Beastmaster with that Hood up is going to be closer for that. Oh, G is going to jump in. There's a smoke screen as well. So much damage being done, but Artstyle goes down immediately there. Great reaction time from mTw. G trying to make something happen, but he's going to back on up. He does have the regen, which he will now pop. A little bit of minus damage. I know those Eye of the Storm reducing his armor just a slight amount here. He's going to be trying to pursue these heroes, trying to keep them from taking the tower as long as possible. And, ooh, the regen does not... It does get disabled, actually. He's going to pop his bottle. There's a Hex. They're going to have to run through. And there's the Shackle. Shackle will not actually trigger. Coming through now, going after 2 legs, doing as much damage as possible. There's the Static Field, or Static Remnant as well. No damage coming out of the Storm Spirit. Now he spends all of his mana. Does get the kill, though. Still taking ward damage. The wards might end up getting him. It's going to be close. Yes, the wards get the kill. Actually, still has an Aegis. I can't believe it. Aegis is still up. He's going to ball Lightning out with full mana. No problem at all. Easily gets out of there. Possibly even going to jump on Peppy. We'll see. Wand gets popped to boost up his mana. He's up to 9 charges. 15 mana per second regen. It's going to be very dangerous for the rest of the game here. And looks like Artstyle in position, thinking about going for a Diffusal if they can get the jump forward. And here's the Blink Strike going on Nada Hex, and there's the Diffusal Blade as well. Nada Hex in a lot of trouble from Artstyle. Artstyle will be able to get the kill. No, he swaps out. Nada Hex survives. There's the Blink through by Peppy. Great play, but he's going for the kill. And Sentry Ward up is allowed. Does guarantee that double kill for Storm Spirit now. Picks off the Vengeful Spirit, so he did clean up that kill. And now going for the mid tower. Dare playing so fancy, man. Such a weird lineup, seriously. They only have to worry about a Razor hard carry, but they've been able to shut down Razor's farm in a lot of ways. Artstyle does have his Diffusal Blade, so his ganking potential is pretty high. And Storms for now, 11 charges, 19 mana per second. This is by far the best mana regen item in the game. Gives you so much, especially in the early game. Something like a Sheep Stick or even a Yule Scepter would not give him that much. And he's going to go for the Boots of Travel, so very cool build. Goes for the fast Arcane Boots, disassembles it, makes the Bloodstone, that frees up his boots to upgrade, and this allows him to now do global ganks. He can go anywhere that he wants to. He can teleport right here and ball lightning, like all the way over here for a gank. Anywhere that he wants to go, he can. So Boots of Travel, very, very cool build. Plus Boots of Travel recently buffed, got an extra 5 movement speed, I believe, and most importantly, the cost was reduced by 200, so more likely to see this on more and more heroes, and especially with the disassembly possibilities of the Arcane Boots. Very understandable that we're going to see more Boots of Travel. So he is now level 15, doing absolutely great, playing that Storm Spirit. Smoke is up on the Crystal Maiden. I'm sorry, Smoke and Dust. And Dread going to be swinging towards the bot lane. He actually does have the Mechanism finished, as well as his Medallion. Medallion actually helping out Windrunner a decent amount here, giving that a little bit of mana regen. Something, not a very typical Windrunner item by any means, but it's going to be very good with heroes like Ricky Morrow. If you lower their armor, he all of a sudden does more damage. He's going to pick up an Ogre Club now. We'll see if he goes for a Sandra BKB. Probably going to be a BKB. Wards will get dropped, though. mTw wants to take this tower. There's the AoE from the Razor, but not going to catch anybody there, and his Hood is ready to go. 11 charges on his wand. The tower may end up getting dropped. Who's going to deny? No denies. Darkseer gets the last hit. And are they going to back up from this? Looks like G is pushing the top lane. He's ready to TP in at any moment, I'm sure. He's going to try to take out the top tower if possible. Still 11 charges on his Bloodstone, 10 HP regen per second. And they're going to clean up that range creep. They're just going to tank this out as long as possible because they will be able to get the top tower. G's attack speed not that significant, his damage not that significant, but it doesn't really matter at this point. And there's the TP coming. It's going to be a Darkseer. He may still push this. There's the mech up on Darkseer. Great item choice once again. And he's going to swing on through, grabbing a Void Stone, so even more mana regen. As you can see, that only increases mana regen by about 7 per second. So, Bloodstone, very significant. And every charge he gets, every hero that dies around him, he gets another charge, and he gets more mana regen per second. There's the Smoke for mTw now. He's probably going for a Sheep Stick next, most likely. It'll allow him more ganking power, some good damage as well. But he's going to be everywhere, pushing, farming. Unlikely to die, his HP is high enough, but there are a lot of chain disables that could come from mTw, but still hard to jump up on top of him. Perseverance finish. He's actually going for a Lincoln Sphere, I guess, or probably not a Refresher. Probably not a Battle Fury. He's going to grab the Illusion. Does pop those. There's a swap. Ooh, the missed stun, but he does get Hex. There's the second stun on Gino, but while the Smoke goes down, Artstyle doing tons of damage to Peppy. Peppy is able to get picked off. Not a Hex, drops as well. Crystal Maiden ulti doing actually a good contribution, but Tulex is going to get auto-attack down. Benzer, the last hero remaining. Dare is looking really good here. Very unlikely he's going to be able to survive. Artstyle doing as much as possible. Somebody was doing no damage. I don't know who it was. It was Beastmaster doing 0 damage there, but it doesn't matter. His attack speed is actually... His attack speed is good. His damage is very low. Medallion being used now in the Roshan, and Artstyle will be cleaning this up. Being very careful who... Oh, Roshan apparently does not disable the urn charges, so no problem at all. Any more urns? Yes, they do have lots more urns for Artstyle, so he will be healing that up, no problem. Santa taking it, and Dare winning a big team fight there, and able to profit from Roshan as a result. Stormseer picking that one up. He's going to be aggressive as possible, TPing the bot lane immediately. Might even go on Cinder, and he is going to go on him. There's the spawn, a couple bits of damage being done. He's literally going to try really hard. He's got to save the Vortex. He was saving the Vortex for the Surge. Might see a TP out. And they are all in position to defend him. 28 mana per second right now, getting an extra 10 damage on the Perseverance, and Dare immediately pushing this tower. Anybody gets out of position, Stormseer will be diving on that. He does not have a Smoke or anything, so he can't jump on Peppy by himself. Power Shot will miss, Creep Wave will be cleared. Only hero not here, Crystal Maiden. Off other places. There's the TP coming. Cinderin coming for the Vacuum. There's the Vacuum. Not going to get the wall casted. There's the ball lane now. He tries to get the tower. Beastmaster gets the last hit. Beastmaster taking a bunch of damage now. Needs to pop his Hood up. Probably. He's going to roar on Peppy, though. And the Smoke goes down. Artstyle doing great damage, but he does get shackled from outside. He's taking a little bit from Cinderin. But is he going to survive? No, the AoE clears him down. Beastmaster dead. Ricky dead. Sand King dead. Wards get dropped finally. Dread going to dodge a couple hits. And G now running away. He's a little hexed, but yeah, it looks like, yeah, Windrunner does get picked off, so a little overly aggressive for Dare. They're losing 3 heroes. Good team fight for the Radiant team. And thus far, Artstyle just not able to do enough damage. Just a little too squishy from outside. Tulex been doing a great job doing Ether Shocks as well as Hexes and Shackles from range. And that prevents him from doing a big chunk of damage. But Smoke still making a big difference. Smoke on top of Sand King. He was not able to channel his epicenter by any means. Didn't even get close to it. Was absolutely silenced the whole time. And Storm Spirit continuing to farm. Once again, going for the Lincoln Sphere. An arguably interesting choice. Black King Bar would keep him more survivable, but the Lincoln Sphere gives him plenty of HP regen, gives him plenty of mana regen, so it's going to put his regen levels into absolute ridiculous places. And there aren't that many disables on the Radiant team, so just having a Lincoln's up is going to allow him to still tank with that Lincoln's as well as the Bloodstone, eat those nukes, and stop some of the disables. So Sand King stun, Vengeful Spirit stun, Shadow Shaman, Hex, or Shackle, one of those will get removed. And I don't know if it stops Static Link or not, but if it does, that would also be pretty significant, because then the Razor's not going to do any damage in the team fights at all. So Synderen pushing out. He's going to be backing on up, 2,100 gold for him. He's probably not going to be making an Aghanim Scepter. The Aghanim Scepter does increase the outgoing damage from the illusions. He's going to pick up a Blink Dagger, a little interesting. Kind of a cool choice, though. It is sometimes kind of tough for a Darkseer to get a good vacuum as well as wall, but if he picks up a Blink Dagger like this, it is going to allow him to do that. He can wait till they're a little grouped up, he can just blink in, do the vacuum wall, catch all 5 heroes, and then they have that nice damage output from those illusions, contributing for the rest of the team fight. So, love to see that work out very nicely for them. 2,400 gold now on Storm Spirit. He could buy his ultimate arm, may just be a little careful. But he does have the Aegis up, so can continue to be extremely aggressive. Dread going to back off on the top lane. Still regular boots up on him. We'll see if he goes for something. There's a Sentry Ward on the ground. Shackle Shot will not land on the Sand King. Power Shot will actually hit. Nice little shot there by Dread. And Santa roaming towards the Secret Shop. 500 gold. Treads Urn as well as that Pipe.
Haste!
Good contribution to his allies. And Crystal Maiden with the Dust Stuff. Both teams having a lot of C invis abilities. Another Power Shot on Peppy. Are they going to jump? I bet they wish God was here. Is he going to TP? He's not going to have anything to TP on. There's a Shackle Shot. He will go invisible. Great stun, though. Going to catch him, and there's the Roar Fall of Peppy. Very likely die. Axe is now Synderen blinking in. There's the Wall Vacuum. Able to spawn some illusions here. Doing decent damage and follow from Benser now. There's the Static Link. Going to be boosting the crap out of Razor's damage, and he's going to pull himself away. Great play by Santa, running away from his allies. He knew he was going to die for sure, but God goes in, jumping on Not a Hex. Great heal up now, and G might be into a lot of trouble. He's going to get picked off. That was actually his Aegis. Hasn't spent his money as a regen rune. Was expecting to be a little bit more aggressive than that, but he's going to ball lightning out. Going to be absolutely fine. Clearing up this top lane. Loses the Aegis, unfortunately for him, but does have a regen to use.
I'm getting a second
He's finding so many regens this game. Picks up the ultimate orb. 800 gold away approximately. I think that's the math from his Lincoln Sphere. 600. 600 to 700. And Pipe is up on Razor now. Still very survivable, but not survivable against a hero like Ricky Maru. Ricky BKB coming? Yes, it is coming. So Ricky Maru going to be a lot more survivable. Doesn't have to worry about the nukes, the magic disables, and G's going to go right in, going straight for that. They're trying to backdoor it, but it's not going to work. Synderen does the vacuum. This could be bad for Crystal Maiden. It's stun on Crystal Maiden now. He got way too far in there, and Vengeful Spirit will steal the kill with the stun. And Vengeful Spirit looking for a swap. There's the Surge forward. There's the Wave of Terror. Still level 1 swap, though. Not able to get it. Here comes the swap. There's the swap. Shackle will not land. There's the stun as well, and this could be bad for Dread. Synderen blinks forward. There's the mech as well as the Ion Shell. And the next channel of Windrun is up. She's going to be running away. Arcel in position, and I think, yeah, they're going to decide not to go for that one. Would have been a little bit over-aggressive. G comes in now, doing decent damage. Here comes the smoke on Peppy, and another stun. Arcel popping the BKB, going to be going straight for 2 lets if possible. They pick him off immediately. Peppy going to go down as well. Artstyle cleaning up 4 levels of Diffusal Charge now. Getting a double kill. Vengeful Spirit going to be running away from that one as well as Synderen. They have to be so careful. The dive potential for these heroes is just so great. Ricky Mar with Blink Strike. G with obscene amounts of mana. Lincoln Sphere probably on the way, and yes it is. There's the Lincoln Sphere. So let's see what his regen goes to. He's at 34 currently. 34 per second. Up to 36, so very, very minor increase. Only 50% added from that link. I'm sorry, 25% added. So only getting a couple extra points per second, but that is so much mana. What is he going to get next? I don't even know. Sheepstick probably. They will need a Sheepstick eventually to try to worry about any counter positions. And Not a Hex going for Tranquil Boots once again, so one of the few players that seems to like them. Does give him good movement speed. It's very cheap as well. Also giving a nice heal in case he does end up surviving team fights. But his HP right now is still a little lackluster, but it's okay. I think the real squishy hero is Tulex here, playing the Shadow Shaman. Arcane Boots with a blink. He's got a single bracer and a wand, but that's just simply not going to be enough survivability. If he gets jumped on by Ricky Maru in a cloud, he dies. If G jumps on him and puts a couple disables on him with some follow from allies, he dies. And it looks like Razor might be going for Beastmaster. Not going to happen though. Bracer pickup by Beastmaster, probably going to be made into a a Drum of Endurance I'm expecting, and any new gold progressions, 7,500 and growing for the Dire teams. They're definitely in the lead here. If you look at the CS totals as well, 116 Darkseer, 119 Razor, 101 Shadow Shaman. And for the Dire team, 100 Ricky, 86 Windrunner, 155 on the Storm Spirit, 90 on the Beastmaster. Great numbers. 11-0 and 9 on G right now. He is playing so good, going to the high ground. Just gonna hang out. Comes another item. It's gonna be Sentry Wards for him. Goes to the low ground now. Doesn't even drop the sentries quite yet. He's going to be using these to gank a little bit more easily. That way he can jump on a Sand King by himself and still have vision. A little curious he went for sentries over dust, but that will work fine. Ogre Club now up on Razor. Possible BKB coming. Razor not really able to contribute a whole lot this game. Part of the reason is because Ricky can get away from you. Same thing with like Storm Spirit. So all the heroes that he really wants to use the static link on, not really able to get a lot of contribution out of it, so I think that's part of the mistake so far. Razor, a decent tri-lane hero, but if he doesn't get really farmed or if he doesn't get fed or something, his peak really drops off. Razor's peak is in the early to mid game, big time. So Arcel up to 1,800 gold. We'll see what he buys next. Ooh, looks like Crystal Maiden or somebody snaked that from Arcel. Arcel did not get the 174 gold from that item. Gonna be waiting for the Roshan to spawn. It looks like there will be a regen on the ground. TP comes in from G, going to push out every single lane. He's pretty much playing Nature's Prophet this game in a lot of ways, except lots more killing potential. Holy crap, that is fast. Another regen. Did you see how fast he got there? That was ridiculous. God, this is... If you guys like Storm Spirit, this is the game for you, that's for damn sure. Holy crap. $19-29 currently. G back in the jungle. Just going to continue farming up. He's got 1,600 gold. Possibly Shivas, Sheep Sticks, something like that would be awesome. Art Style still no purchases. They're waiting for the Roshan to come up. Not respond quite yet. Fencer will continue to clear the bot lane. He's got to be so careful though. They have to worry about Storm Spirit just being able to jump from anywhere. Haste, in case he wasn't fast enough. Haste regen. He's just going to walk to the top lane. That's how you get places, guys. Going to continue to cast his spells, keep his mana pool low. Does not want to take any damage, but he may or may not. Looks like the regen is still up. And he will be able to get it. And he needs to stop casting. The regen about to run out, and it will run out here. Finally stop giving him tons of regen. But he's still up to 37. It still looks like he has a regen, honestly. Arcane Aura helping out a little bit there. mTw now looking for like they want to fight the Roshan. They did have the time written down. It has not respawned yet, and Storm Spirit now pushing the top lane by himself. So pretty good for him. And mTw can't stay here forever because he's going to pressure the Rex. He doesn't have tons of physical damage, but at the very least, he will be pushing the creep wave. And mTw will have to back up from that one. Dare's still up on the high ground. It's going to be a Yasha on the Ricky. I would love to see a Manta Style. Manta Style great because it allows your illusions to also give that feedback ability. And G going to be forced back just a little bit. They did disable his Lincoln Sphere. Looks like that was a stun of some sorts. 2 Lux on the high ground now. Venser will clear this out. And Dare is literally going to wait for the Roshan. I'm pretty sure they're just going to sit here and wait for the Roshan, continue farming, pick up the Aegis. I don't know if they're going to put it on Storm Spirit or Ricky Maru. I think at this point, I think Ricky Maru might be a better option, but it's kind of hard to say for them. G is just so survivable though. I mean, he's got that Lincolns as well as the Bloodstone. He's got buyback money. He's got a Boots of Travel. He probably wants to die. If he can end up not picking up the Aegis, then he can die in a team fight and then just buy back. They're going to find Ricky Maru apparently. A little weird. We did see a swap, so that's part of the reason. Saw a swap on just when Roshan pops up as well, and it's going to be a cheese, so not good. G's going to do as much as he can to pressure this. He's going to try to take out the Rex. mTw has to take out the Roshan right now, so they're going to drop down the wards, do good damage here. The haste has been popped now, automatically. Still trying to hit down the tower. This is TP coming back from Sand King, but he doesn't care about a single Sand King. That's not a big deal. And team fight coming. Dread actually goes in there. I don't know if he got 4 staff down. There's a Roar now on Razor. Wall of Replica being casted, but not actually casting on anybody. Crystal Maiden is going to pop the ulti. Pipe is down, though. Shackle will not land on Benser. Benser removing all the damage from Crystal Maiden. G comes in, though, doing as much damage as possible. Roshan's still alive, but the wards might clean it up. It's going to be close. Who's going to get the last hit? G may try to snag it. It's going to be close, and Dire gets the kill. G picks it up, picks up the Aegis, gets the last hit. Not a Hex in a lot of trouble. Oh my gosh, coming through. There's the vacuum as well. G trying to get killed, but he's not going to die. The Shackle goes down. He does get picked up, but that's just the Aegis. Peppy now running away. Cinder trying to score that kill. Benser trying to take as much damage bonus as possible. And there it is, burst damage going down on Bencher. G is just zapping around everywhere. Holy crap, dude. There's a great vacuum, going to do tons of illusion damage now. They've got to be careful. Crystal Maiden almost going down to illusions. Cinderin gets picked off in the smoke. Artstyle is finally back using that diffusal blade, and they're going to finally clean up. What a crazy team fight. Dude, G is insane. He is so fast. 4,200 gold up on him now. Probably going to push out the mid lane a little bit. Looks like SK does TP back to base, but no mana at the moment. Orchid of Malevolence picked up on the Storm Spirit. He does want that silence. It's going to be great against heroes like Shadow Shaman, even Vengeful Spirit. His solo ganking potential is going to be ridiculous at this point. 43 mana per second picked up. Artstyle will probably try to last it. He will get the last hit on the tower. 1,800 gold now. Still getting closer to the Mantis Cell. 3 heroes dead. They're going to be trying to take a Rax now. Up onto the high ground. And there's the attack speed by the drum. Darkseer will buy back. Trying to hold this off. There's the glyph. There's the stun. Goes down on Artstyle. He does blink forward. Great job, though. He dodged that stun with a blink. He may have. Going back on Cinderin now, doing some decent damage. Roar coming through in a second. There it is, going on Cinderin. Decent damage. Not a Hex gets picked off. Peppy may be the next as well. He does go invisible. Do we have a sentry down? Nothing yet, but he does try to juke out Dare. Are they going to jump up? Wow, the damage done by Artstyle cleans up. Illusion Rune does... I'm sorry, the Lincoln Sphere does get procced in 2 likes. The damage on him is too high. Artstyle may get cleaned up. Yes, the wards doing too much damage there, but G may get Cinderin as well. Great Shackle as well. And is it going to be enough? No, he's going to get vacuumed away, but he does get the kill. Mana very low. Needs the ball lightning out. The tower damage is too high, and there's the ball lightning on the low ground. A little bit of a mistake, but he is going to survive with 40 HP. So low. It's going to TP on out there. Great survive. 1,300 HP up, bottling up, getting heal back from the base. He'll be back in 50 seconds. God, so much mana regen on him, especially with that Orchid up now, boosting up his mana pool. He probably has obscene mana regen now. All these percent-based mana regen items, and his int is going up so high at this point. They're going to take the mid tower. There's going to be a stun from Vengeful Spirit, at least with a Wave of Terror, but... Going to be coming back to base. Cast some mana so I can see what your imbalanced mana regen is. Bot tower taking a little bit of damage as well, but top tower is going to be low. 500 HP on that one. G back in the jungle. Cast your spells. It's going to cast it on something. It's going to be walking. Who needs the ball lightning everywhere when you can just walk? And he's going to be going for those range creeps. Tons of gold. Cast at 62. Are you kidding me? He has 62 mana per second. That is stupid. 62 mana per second with 26 charged Bloodstone, a Lincoln Sphere, and an Orchid. Holy crap, dude. That is obscene. I envy G right now. Just being able to play in this environment is so much fun. He still hasn't died. 15, 0, and 13. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. The reason that his mana went up so much, guys, the charges, of course, are ridiculous, but percent-based mana regen items are based on how much intelligence you have, so by picking up this Orchid here, he increases his int by 30, which is a giant boost. He's going to pick up a Demon Edge. He's going for carry mode, man. MKB is his goal. Crit, I don't care which he gets. Divine Rapier, I don't even care. It won't be the first time. Man, his damage is so high. He doesn't even want a Sheep Stick. He just wants damage at this point. I think that's pretty smart, because his item slots are running out. Sells his bottle. Doesn't need the bottle anymore, that's for damn sure. Cleans up bottom, no problem at all. Monkey King Bar, Daedalus, either roll would be awesome. I don't know if you can crit off of the overload damage. I assume you can't, but I don't know for sure. That would be awesome if you could, actually. It would make Daedalus quite worth it. But maybe going for MKB instead. There aren't really any evasion heroes. We might see evasion on Razor. Looks like Razor actually snagged the cheese, apparently, in that team fight, so... Didn't notice that. He probably went for that Aegis, but wasn't able to grab it. I didn't even notice that. And gold graph, 20k now for the Dire team. Giant advantage, 70k over 50. That's a huge percentage margin. Artstyle with his Manta style sees me blinking and using that diffusal very, very offensively. He's actually going in, going to go on 2-Lex. He gets sheeped immediately, though. And there's the vacuum as well. Great play so far. Artstyle popping his BKB at half HP. Going to be jumping in at least. Trying to do some damage, but not really finding good targets. Cinderin low HP, but looks like they're going to lose Crystal Maiden immediately. Roar now on Not a Hex. Not a Hex easily killed. Going after Cinderin. There's some Manta split, but Artstyle likely to die. I know he's going to wand up, barely surviving. And Dare wins a 5-for-1 team fight. Holy crap, man. Cleaning it up so fast there. All the mana being spent on Stormsurf, but he'll be there in a second. No problem, guys. Getting an extra 5 charges now. 66 mana per second. I can't even imagine if G actually dies. There's a bonus in Bloodstone where if you die, depending on how your charges are, you'll respawn faster. And that's something that is almost never brought into account. But He's gonna literally get regen. He's gonna respawn so fast. His mana's already pretty much full anyways. Artstyle getting healed up, and mTw is gonna call a good game. I think that's appropriate. Dare winning an awesome game against mTw. mTw doing a decent job, but Dare playing great. Holy crap, G plays amazing. He is such a good player, man. Seriously. 16-0-17, 235, 236 last hits. Is he gonna go for an MKB? There it is. MKB picked up. 88 damage, 15% attack speed. The Radiant team leave yet. None of them have left. And there it is. Good game, well played, called. And they will start disconnecting. Unfortunately, not going to see G do any MKB fun shenanigans, but holy crap, man.
Here I am.
Apparently it's minus 4 seconds per charge, somebody says in chat, so basically 0 second, he would respawn immediately. There's the ball at 83, he's being aggressive. Disables the Link and spend a lot of mana, though. Art's still trying to get a kill, but not able to do so. Fountain diving, not always easy. Gotta kill the rest of the towers. And still a couple players up for mTw. A little bit of an Urn, a little bit of silence as well on Cinderin now. There's the disable that Link. Oh my god. The damage coming out of G right now. Look at this. This is a Razor being healed. There's the BKB at least, but the cheese gets popped right before he does go down. Trying to kill Not a Hex, he will clean him up. Gonna change targets, ball laning through. Benser, so much damage. Dread looking for a disable and not gonna grab it. Medallion is used right at the last moment, and there they go, pick off the Razor. God, 35 charges. 35 freaking charges, man. This is so awesome. And that's going to be the end of the game. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you are watching me on YouTube, I appreciate it if you subscribe. If you guys don't know about my YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/purgegamers, or you can go to my website to check VODs and things like that. That's purgegamers.com. Also, go check out gosugamers.net for all of your esports and GoSuBet coverage. It is great ways to track when these games are coming up as well. I'm casting every game from the Star Series pretty much. And Dare's going to pull out the win here. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back in just a second with some more games today. There is lots more to happen. We'll see what the next game is going to be. Let me see what the overlay says. Overlay tells me it is Mouse versus Fnatic. We'll see what happens. Be right back in a sec, guys. Don't go anywhere.